Good morning to anyone who may be watching this. My name is Brandon, and this is Bible Know How, place where we talk about biblical knowledge and how to apply it to your everyday life. And the last time I made a video, it was a continuation in reference to difficult Bible verses, and today will be the last video that I make. Well, it's the last one I plan to make on difficult Bible verses for now. Unless anybody has a suggestion and want to see something else. And if so, drop a comment below and maybe I'll do another video later. So today's difficult verse is one that many people have been asking about for years and still asking about to this day. And it is this: if Jesus is God, why did Jesus say the Father was greater than him in John 14:28? Okay, so Jesus said this because as a man, he was lesser than God. Jesus' position was different than God the Father's. His position was different, but not his nature. In Hebrews 2:9, it says Jesus was made a little lower than the angels. And in Galatians 4:4, it even says that he was under the law. So we know that God was not under the law. He created the law for the Israelites. But as a man, Jesus was under that law. So he was in a lesser position than the Father, however, not different in nature. And something that we have to keep in mind as well is that, Jesus is in a unique position because he was 100% God and 100% man. He was the only person who could ever do this. And we really can't make any comparisons to anyone or anything that we've ever experienced, because obviously Jesus is truly outside of anything we as humans have ever experienced. And, his unique position being 100% God, 100% man, that unique position is something that, man has never experienced and never will again. So I believe that should answer that question on why, Jesus says that, he was lesser than God the Father. And moving on to the last couple of Bible verses that I will cover, the last difficult Bible verses, it's going to be John 3:13 and 2 Kings 2:11. And a question that some ask is this: did anyone go to heaven before Christ or not? I'm going to read John 3:13, and it says, no one has ascended into heaven, but he who descended from heaven, even the Son of Man. However, when you go to 2 Kings 2:11, it says that Elijah did. Okay, so hopefully this answer will clear that up. First, we have to remember that there is actually more than one heaven. In the Old Testament, I don't believe they were taking into the very dwelling place of God, which a lot of times we refer to that as the highest heaven. Although that, some may have gotten a glimpse, they were taken into the heavens, but I don't believe it was like the very dwelling place of God. Sometimes it was referred to as Abraham's bosom, other heavens. And I don't think it was until after the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ where those who had died before were taken into the highest heaven. And I think if you look at Ephesians 4:8, I believe it actually supports this. So I'm going to read that as well. Ephesians 4:8, it says, when he ascended on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts to men. And it's talking about Jesus when he ascended on high. Now, I believe when Paul, when he was caught up or when he got his glimpse, I believe that he was referring to the very dwelling place of God, the highest heaven. So I hope this clears that up a little bit. That's it pretty much for today's difficult verses. And I hope that this is able to help someone else out in their journey as they're studying the Bible and they come across certain scriptures and there are some that require more research, and I hope that this will encourage people to research the Bible more and truly study it, and don't get discouraged when you see something that looks difficult. And I hope this encourages people to go through it very carefully and realize that there's not so many mistakes and contradictions as some would claim, and also realize that two statements can be different without contradicting. So just always keep that in mind. And that's all I got for this one. And here's to hoping that everyone will go out, have a wonderful rest of the day. And also here's to looking forward to some spring weather, as I am looking forward to getting out again. So take care, everyone.